These will be the 4 items you'll need to complete this dripper. Elmer's glue, make sure that it's Elmer's. Can opener, screwdriver works as well. Does not have to be black, must be oil-based enamel paint for the best results. And some mineral spirits, you can also use paint thinner. Mineral spirits has less odor. These 4 items, you'll have you some craft supplies. Alright, first and foremost, you want to shake this motherfucker up. Oil-based paint really, oil-based paint really settles, and if anything, you should really stir it as well. Stir it, just for good measure. Oh yeah, you see that thick shit? It's the paint settling. You want to get that all mixed up before you get to. You're just gonna want to mix it all up, man. I'm no mad chemist. I don't know what all is in here, what makes it settle like that. I just know it settles, and it needs to be mixed up. Mixed up really well. First and foremost, now that we got that mixed up, just put that to the side. We need to empty this out, obviously, because we need to put paint in it. This is just a container that I'm collecting the glue in. Can't tell you what to do. I would recommend not pouring glue right down the sink, but I'm just keeping it around, I guess, because I want to try out some wheat paste poster, slapping. I don't really know. I'm not interested in posters. It's just something I thought about when I was saving this glue. Despite graffiti being inherently very wasteful, I try not to waste as much as possible. But yeah, I'm just holding on to this glue. I could either use it for gesso when I gesso linen or canvas, or I could use it for a wheat paste type mix. Just gonna put a little water in here. Still need to rinse this out really well, but trying to get all the usable glue out before I take it over to the sink and actually rinse it out thoroughly. Here's a bit of a side note, pro tip. This is a Target brand, off-brand, and ironically, the thread size from the Elmer's to this is not the same. And the reason that's important is, I'll show you a little later, but make sure you get Elmer's. Elmer's is going to be your most versatile. You can just write with this, but if you want to upgrade from 4 ounces to anything bigger, like 8 ounces, which I'll show a little later, you're going to want the Elmer's, just for that extra space and that versatility with the thread size on the Elmer's lid. As you can see, Elmer's is a nice orange, and this is like a red orange. But yeah, you can still get up with this, just won't be able to upgrade your paint amount. Alright, now that we got this clean, and fairly dry, you want it to be dry, oil and water don't mix. We already stirred our paint up. I'm gonna stir it up just a little more, real quick. So what I actually try and do is mix in a separate container and then pour into this, just because the spout obviously isn't that big. Alright, scratch that fucking bigger spout, because it doesn't matter, it's the same size spout. Regardless, I'm gonna fucking mix it in this. So like I have 8 ounces, pour it in here, or take this, screw it right on there, and right with this. Either way, I need to just get cracking. So make a little 228 funnel. The only thing about the 228 funnels is when you touch it, it fucking sticks to you. So I don't know. It can be counterintuitive sometimes. Just drip right off the fucking can. I don't know if it's me, but I do believe they need to make a better spout for cans like this, or some type of attachment to help pouring, I don't know, be a little cleaner. Anyways, I'm gonna fill it up to about there. Just a little bit. Yep. Should be good on that. It's filled up to about here. I try not to cut my paint too much. Because you don't want it to be too runny. And also, I've heard people say it kind of depends what you're putting it in, but for like milk is the consistency you want, I don't think that's proper. You're gonna have really drippy tags if you cut this with milk. I mean, cut this with milk. If you cut it to the consistency of milk. And I know I said you would only need 4 items to complete this, which you will. You can do it perfectly fine with 4 items. But I got some marbles here. These aren't like I don't know if these are standard size or not. So actually they're not. So the bag is for these small ones. This really doesn't matter, I don't know why I'm feeling it. Some of these are reclaimed from like Resto cans. But anyways, I like to throw a couple in my dripper. And also, sometimes I consider this a refill, or it could be your dripper as is too, but this is also a great refill. If you want something a little more, like, you can keep this in your bag, keep this in your pocket. When this gets low, you can easily do what I'm about to do. I'm not gonna mess with the mix anymore. It sounds and feels about what I want it to be. So I can fill it up faster, but I mean, like, for cleanliness, you could just do that and shit. It's like, it's fucking dope. Super easy, super simple, very secure lid with this apple barrel click joint. And here you are, you got a dripper. And I'm gonna take y'all over to show you fucking how to write with one of these per se. Yeah. Anyways, fucking pro tip, y'all. I always do kind of like a test. If you open the valve all the way, it's gonna drip excessively. So I always kind of like push, squeeze it until I get like some resistance. And that way, the pressure, the amount of pressure I put when I'm squeezing is it right, really controls or dictates the amount of paint I'm letting out, thus how much it's going to drip. Just a little pro tip. But I mean, fill it out. Once you write with it more and more, you get the don't shake it with the. Obviously, extremely drippy, and with the enamel paint, it's going to be a little harder to buff. It's going to dry really solid. It's going to be pretty permanent. Now, is it unbuffable? No. It can be buffed over, but you're more than likely going to get some texture, something like a ghost, because the thickness of this paint when it's dry is pretty thick. Gives you kind of dimensionality, if you will. On top of that, it does take a little longer to dry as well. So, idealistically, it's dry before the buff man gets to it, if he gets to it fast. But, just something to really make you stand out. Get your first tags looking, interesting, unique compared to everybody writing with markers and a mop. I mean, this gives you a mop effect, but it's not quite a mop, obviously. I call them drippers. You call them what you want them. I'm sure I'm not the first person to write with these, but I might be the only person that's made a video and is avidly writing with these. The applications are kind of endless. You write on concrete, you write on rocks, uneven surfaces. It technically doesn't have a nib, so there's nothing really to fuck up other than plastic. And as we know, plastic is fairly durable. The one thing though is like when these sit for days, the paint and the gases kind of contract, so your bottle will be kind of collapsed in on itself a little bit. But that's why I like to have a couple of marbles in there to get the paint moving, shooken up real quick back to the consistency I need it to be for writing. Another thing too is this is a messy tool. I typically go out when I'm writing with these. I have at least one glove on my left hand so that I can consistently close it. So I can consistently close it without getting paint on my hand per se. Graph is messy regardless. It's hard to stay clean. You don't wear your nice clothes out. And definitely you're not tagging with this if you're in nice clothes. I recommend a mop, something a lot cleaner. But when you're trying to get down and dirty, get those curbs, hit things that people aren't really hitting, because my philosophy is, who the fuck's gonna buff a curb? Like, we got buff man running around buffing curbs? The fuck? I don't know. You tell me. Get a couple more. I mean, possibilities is really endless. Once you get a feel for it though, you'll know how to write, what angle to hold it at, etc., etc. You're good for a bunch of tags with this.